Hey everybody, welcome back to Sunday Afternoon Smokes. You've got another cigar session here, cigar review. I'm joined by my good buddy, Keith Boling, also known as Smoky Beard on social media.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you got a sizable beard, and when you have beards like ours, the smoke does linger.
It does. It does.
I find mostly in the mustache, though.
Yeah, definitely in the mustache. Sometimes I'll smell it like the next day.
Really?
Get a whiff. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do wash my beard every night, but still sometimes seeps through.
Yeah. No, that's, that's the rule in my house. Smoke a cigar, got to shower before bed.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And I do anyway, even if it wasn't the rule, I probably would just to.
Yeah. I don't have, here we are, cigar podcast talking about shower routines, but I don't have a hard and fast rule about whether it should be evening shower or morning shower. I just kind of go with the flow on whatever.
I'm a night shower guy.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm a night shower guy. I like to be nice and clean.
Nice and fresh when you get in the sheets.
Go to bed, Don't get the sheets all dirty,
I hear you. I mean, I just go to bed dirty.
Dirty.
That's how I like it. I like to be dirty in bed.
Hey.
Anyhow, that's enough tomfoolery. Yeah, I don't think my wife will listen to this episode, so we're okay. But I'm lighting up a YR Prestige San Andreas. I've talked about YR Cigars before. They're a Dominican boutique brand. You can visit them at yrcigars1991.com. They've got, I think, 4 lines in their Prestige portfolio. They've got Connecticut, Sumatra, San Andreas. Let's see here. San Andreas, Sumatra, Connecticut. No, maybe it's just 3. I thought they had a Maduro. But, yeah, I am lighting up the Sumatra today and super excited about that. What do you have on deck, buddy?
I have a cool one here. It's a Camacho 1962 Pre-Embargo. So looking forward to this one. It's I'm a big fan of Camacho, first of all, and I've had a lot, and I haven't really had one that I disliked. I think they're all wonderful cigars, but this one is a Honduran Corojo wrapper, Honduran binder, Honduran, Nicaraguan, and Cuban filler, medium to full body as it's supposed to be. So we will see how it goes. I'm sure it's going to be delicious.
Sweet. Today, not counting today, obviously, because you've never smoked this one and you're about to light it up, but do you have of all the cigars that Camacho makes, and I know you've probably smoked most of them, if not all of them, I don't know.
Well, they've got some special barrel-aged ones out now, too, that I haven't had, but their basic lineup I've had.
Yeah, I have one in the house, a Camacho barrel-aged, yeah, but I haven't never had one.
Yeah. My favorites, I like the Triple Maduro. My favorites are both sides of the spectrum here. I like the Triple Maduro, but then I also like the Connecticut.
Really?
Yeah. The Connecticut's solid, man. It's probably one of the better Connecticut's I've had. And I just really recently started getting into the Connecticut side of things just to switch it up and get a few different tastes in the mouth. But yeah, so that one, I like it probably better than any Connecticut I've had.
Yeah. I feel like if you're going to smoke a Connecticut cigar and you really want to try and you really, really want to try and pay attention to what you're smoking and get some flavor out of it, it's best to do it by yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I feel like the Connecticut's are often so light, you really have to pay attention.
Mm-hmm.
And it's difficult to do that when I'm sitting around with friends.
I'll tell you, man, they're pretty freaking flavorful, though. The Camacho one, and I mean even the Perdomo champagne. That's another solid one, and it's really flavorful. It's a solid smoke.
Yeah, whenever I first got into cigars, that was probably like my favorite smoke was the Perdomo 10th anniversary champagne.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, the Camacho Triple Maduro, that's a great smoke.
Oh, it's unbelievable.
It's so good, full of flavor. But anyway, I said a minute ago that I was smoking the Sumatra. I was wrong. I meant I'm smoking San Andreas. So you can. And this is an Olor Ligero Dominicano on the binder. Olor is a variety. It's a varietal of tobacco. It's very very wide leaves. It is more or less from what I've read. It's mostly used for filler and binder, and those big leaves lend themselves to that. But they've got this is a binder. I think that I say wrapper. I'm a smoke. Olor Ligero Dominicano binder, and then Dominican filler and Mexican San Andreas wrapper. So I know I'm going to like this because the Mexican San Andreas is right up our alley, honestly. It's just that hardier, more robust tobacco. So looking forward to it. Have you already put that on the nose before you lit it up? Did the cold draw and all that?
I did the cold draw, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm not fluent on all the tasting notes of cigars.
Sure.
Some of these things that people pull out, and I'm like, okay, I don't have a clue how you got that out of that.
No.
From reading other reviews and things of that sort, I'm supposed to be getting, and I just logged out of that. I'm supposed to be getting black pepper, earthiness, baking spices, some creaminess, espresso, and fine leather from a new expensive chair.
That's very specific.
It's
fine leather from a very new expensive chair. Okay. Yeah. Well, all I'm getting from this is espresso, rich spice, and pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's there's no new chair leather on this thing. But
well, sorry to hear that.
That's all right.
I guess you just got the.
But the draw note, the cold draw is really good. I'm gonna go ahead and light up, man.
It tastes like an old Lazy Boy. Is that?
We'll see. I'm gonna fire up. Nothing special about the foot on this one. It's not closed. It's not shaggy. It's just a traditional, straight cut across cross section with a guillotine cutter. After they finish their project on the bench, there, cut it to size.
So yeah, this one's got a closed foot. So I'm just gonna go ahead and throw it in the mouth and light it.
Nice. No, I think that's a smart play. Like when you have a closed foot cigar. I think the idea behind that, I've talked about this on the podcast and in other things before, the idea behind that really is they want you to be able to taste that wrapper exclusively, before you get to the binder and the filler. So if you go toasting up your foot like you normally would on a closed foot cigar, you're losing out.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, just good call there. What do you think?
So far, so good. So far, so good. I get a little more chocolate in there, which this review I was reading didn't even mention. I can't quite taste the expensive leather chair yet, but
I get from this YR San Andreas, I do get immediately the richness there and some of the pepper.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna have to see if I can pick up on some of the espresso later, and yeah, but it's good. So tonight, we'll see. Maybe I'll get this podcast wrapped up and edited and even thrown out on listening platforms before the end of the day. But tonight, you and I are headed over to Boda Pipes and Cigar, which is one of our local cigar establishments in Greenville, South Carolina, and they are having a special event tonight. A representative from Altadas, Altadas USA. Are you familiar with Altadas?
Yeah, well, I'm familiar with a few of their lines. Obviously, Aging Room is one of my favorite cigars. And I guess what else is there? Monte Cristo.
Dude, there's Aging Room, Casa de Garcia, Don Diego, Gisbert, H. Upman.
H. Upman, yeah.
H. Upman's good stuff.
Yeah, and they're coming out with a new, with AJ, they're coming out with a new cigar that is all the ingredients of the cigar are made from the same batch, the same field, basically.
Yeah, that's kind of like Perdomo's Lot 23. Mm-hmm. Have you ever had Lot 23 from Perdomo? So they have their lots numbered, but Lot 23, everything in the cigar comes exclusively from that lot. And that's really cool because It's really just a beautiful picture of what's going on in the soil right there in that field. Like if you know, what gives our tobacco its most characteristics is the soil.
Yeah.
Just like for wine or coffee or whatever.
No doubt.
So if you have a 500-acre farm, just obviously picking a number out of thin air there, but if you have a 500-acre farm, the soil content over here in acre 1, it's going to be different than acre 73.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, so if you can kind of narrow your lots down or however you number them, heck, the soil content might be even a little bit different 25 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
But if you say all of the soil, all this cigar, everything in it comes from this location, I think that's really cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it's getting kind of nerdy, but I like that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. It's going to be like a special release that they're doing. So I'm hoping, they'll, what is it? The PCA coming up soon. I think that's when they're going to.
That's in New Orleans.
Yeah. New Orleans this time.
I want to try and go to PCA next year.
Dude,
we should go together.
I would love to. And from all the podcasts and stuff that I listened to, the one that you went to, they said is kind of dying out with like the big manufacturers and things of that sort.
Yeah.
And the PCA is kind of the way to go.
Yeah. I was talking to a couple of guys.
Like the most.
In fact, I released a podcast today with Cigar Show Tim and Kyle from Smoke and Revelry. And we were talking about PCA because there's cigars there, but there's a whole bunch of other stuff there too.
Right.
TPE.
TPE, yeah.
But PCA is just straight up
pouches. That's
all the vape.
That's what I've been hearing.
CBD.
It was crazy the amount of vapes and
it's nuts.
The pouches.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It was a wonderful experience.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you would still enjoy it.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt about that.
I think you'd still enjoy it. We'd have a good time. But I think for us, PCA. Now it's more expensive to get to PCA.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just getting in the door is not your travel and everything, but the tickets to get in are more expensive. But I think it's probably worth it.
Yeah,
and we can both go together.
I'd be all about that,
rep
man.
The cigar box.
100%.
So and next year's in New Orleans too. So what Kyle and Tim told me was that PCA has traditionally been in Vegas, but for whatever reason, they moved it this year and next year to New Orleans, and then in 2027 it'll go back to Vegas. So we need to go when it's in the Big Easy.
Yeah, for sure. Because first of all, I've never been there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, never been. So I've been wanting to go. That'd be a good time to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Man.
But anyway, back to Altadas.
Yeah.
H. Upman, Henry Clay. Have you ever smoked any Henry Clay?
No.
Yeah, I have. Henry Clay Warhawk. That's the one cigar that really, a couple years ago,
heard of that one.
Hit me just in the face, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time. Monte Cristo, Onyx, Romeo y Julieta, St. Louis Rey, Trinidad, Vega Fina, and there's others. So they are they have a lot of brands under their umbrella.
They do.
Yeah, and they put out some good stuff. And then they have those that group they call the Maestros, which is like their blenders, their master blenders. They all work together on projects, and I mean they put out some great cigars.
Yeah. Oh, and also the Trinidad. Those are solid smokes too. Espiritu.
Yeah, I like. Whoops, let me close that down. I like the Trinidad stuff.
Yeah.
The Espiritu, or however you say it.
Yeah, however you say that.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got the three, the original, the number 2, and the number 3. And they're coming out with another one that I've been seeing. It's called the Miami. So, and I think that's being revealed at the PCA too. There's all kinds of awesome cigars that are going to be revealed there that I'm really looking forward to after that when they actually hit the stores.
Well, some of them, they don't all.
Right.
Some of them are just straight up PCA exclusives.
Right.
They're making it just for this event, which is a great reason to go in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Like I did a review for a couple of weeks ago. In fact, we talked about it on the last time we did a pod together. I smoked that United Cigar Lancero.
Yeah.
And gave it super high ratings, and for me personally. And then the guy reached out to me and he said, "Hey man, just wanted you to know that's not available. It was a TPE exclusive, so you can't just get that anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, dang, I didn't know that. I wish I could get some more of those
So
because
you
they
just
were.
rubbed it in everybody's face.
I did. I rubbed it all up in their face, man. So anyway, you've been smoking a lot lately,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
we're supposed to be unofficially kind of keeping a running list. We talked about
Mm-hmm.
doing a top five and
Yeah,
between Christmas and New Year.
right.
Have you smoked anything lately that's really kind of rocketed to the top of your
Let's see.
list
Let's
there?
see. I have to
You
think for a
got to
second.
get out. What's it called? What's the app you use? Cigar what?
Cigar scanner.
Cigar scanner.
Yeah, and I guess the reason why it's called that is because you can actually scan the barcodes on the wrapper.
Okay.
And it'll come up in the deal. I guess maybe I don't
I
know.
guess they have a big library.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. Let me.
I should start keeping track of what I smoke. I used to years ago, but I don't do that anymore. But if I'm gonna have a legitimate top five list at the end of the
Yeah.
year, I'm gonna have to.
Oh, recently I had the Perdomo 20th anniversary sun grown, and that was excellent, man. That was a
How was the spice level on that?
wonderful cigar. It wasn't crazy. It wasn't crazy, but it was definitely flavorful and had some spice to it, no doubt. But the cold draw is what really got my attention, man. It was a really nice, delicious, I guess, cold draw. And I know some of this is barrel aged in this cigar, and for a certain amount of time, and maybe that's the flavors I was getting off of that because it kind of had a sweetness to it almost a little bit like a bourbon or something, so maybe that's what it was, but that was really good. And then the West Tampa Tobacco Company, they're black. I had the Robusto of that one, and it was solid. I only had two of the West Tampa cigars, this black, and then also the Circle of Life. And Circle of Life is definitely up there for me. But this other West Tampa Black, I don't know if it's top five, but it's creeping up there. It's nice. I'm looking forward to trying the rest of them.
Well, so far on this YR San Andreas, man, it's good. I'm enjoying it. It is, I would say it's a mild medium on the body. The smoke is a little bit thinner than I would personally like.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't affect the flavor. It just is more of a mouthfeel.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just kind of a mild medium on the body, but the flavor's good. On the last retro hail, I did get a nice touch of sweetness from probably that dark Mexican San Andreas wrapper. And so it's really, really pleasant. And man, this is a beautiful day for a cigar too.
Mm-hmm.
Just we got a slight breeze, but we're in the shade, so it's cool. We're probably in the 70s right now, something like that.
Yeah, it's supposed to
72.
be, I think the high day is 77 or something.
Yeah. So man, it's just a great day for a cigar, and this one is kind of right in the middle there, like mid level flavor. It's not super heavy. I'm drinking a ginger ale with it, so ginger ale has a little bit of spice. I'm getting a little bit of spice from the Mexican San Andreas. So it's very, very complimentary. A little sweetness in the on the retro hail, a little sweetness from the ginger ale. So yeah, this is a great combination. I'm digging it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, this is pretty good too. Definitely different than probably anything I've smoked. It's got some different flavors that I'm catching in there that I can't quite pinpoint, but it's an interesting cigar. The smoke for me as well is a little thin than I would like. I like a more full mouth of smoke,
Yeah.
But it is a little thin as far as that goes. But apparently there's aged Cuban tobacco used in this cigar, is what it says.
That's probably the differentiator that you're not accustomed to.
Yeah, exactly. And it says it's taken from one of 4 remaining bales in the world. So pretty special, I suppose. But it's good. It's solid. I do get the creaminess. It's a medium bodied, I would say. But yeah, it's a nice smoke.
Yeah. No, I like that. I'm with you. I like that just very thick, very lush smoke. It just really coats the palate well.
The palate, the mouth. That's what I like as well. But this is nice though. This is nice. Nice smoke.
Yeah. Where'd you pick that up at?
Let's see, cigarbid.com.
Cigarbid.com. All right, man. So I want to just kind of dive in for a few minutes on something that, and we'll just be clear here. We don't really know a whole lot about this subject, if we know anything at all. But like I said, tonight we're headed to Boda Pipes and Cigars on South Pleasantburg in Greenville. They're having an event with a rep from Altadas, and we were talking earlier just how being a rep in the cigar industry has to be it's a difficult job.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's got to be. I mean, all the travel, first of all. I mean, you're on the road a lot, I'm sure. And like Chris said, we're not super educated in this, but from what I've read and what I imagine, I mean, you are having to hit up all the brick and mortars. I mean, you're having to put some time on the road, and you got to do FaceTime. You got to become friends with these folks, and push the product. And that takes time and energy, lots of energy, because you got to be a salesperson. You have to be smiling, shaking hands, kissing babies, doing all that stuff, and explaining why your product is good and why it needs to be on the shelf, and maybe even on an end cap, in a store. So you got to do these events like we're doing tonight. I mean, this event tonight's from 5 to 10. So this guy is going to be fully on for 5 hours, and that takes energy. It takes energy. I've done all kinds of different sales in my life. One of the craziest ones was timeshare, and that is definitely a interesting sales job, and probably some of the best sales training I've ever had in my life. But you only have about 60 minutes with these people, so you've got an hour, and you're sitting there trying to talk them into spending, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 with you, if not more, within an hour. And you're having to kind of turn them from, because every single person walks in the door, the first thing they say is, we're not buying anything today. We're just here for the free dinner certificate, right, or the free carriage ride or whatever, because it was in Charleston, so they do the carriage rides. But so they automatically, the first thing they say to you, they shut you down. They're like, we're not buying anything. And then they end up walking out with a bag and they just drop 50 grand, so, and with a binder of different resorts they can go to. That's basically what they walk out with. And
how do you sell that, man?
Dude, it's a strategic sell is what it is.
It is, like, and Richard says this all the time, that people, well, maybe he doesn't say this all the time, but I've heard people say it, but people make emotional decisions, not factual decisions. Because they go in factually based, saying, I don't have 50 grand right now. It's not a good idea for me to spend 50 grand right now. Right. So if you knew that before going in, and that's a heavy lift, 50 large. What kind of black voodoo witch doctor magic did this guy do to you to change your mind that 50 grand was a good idea? What he did was an emotional number on you.
Correct. Yeah. Pull at the heartstrings. And what it boils down to, and what I mean with any sales job in general, what it boils down to is making a friend. If they don't like you, they're not going to buy anything from you, no matter what you're selling. So you have to get them to like you. And me, I like talking to people anyway, and stuff like that. So it's not that crazy of a thing you just find things that you can identify with that person, whether it's, oh, I'm from Georgia. Oh yeah, me too. Hey, or hey, one time I went to, I'm from Colorado. Oh, I went there for vacation.
You're breaking down barriers right there.
I mean, all that stuff. I mean, you just got to find a connection there, and really you need to get them to start talking about themselves. People love to talk about themselves. And once they're talking about themselves, their comfort level is getting better and better with you. Their posture when they're in the chair, if they're sit back with their arms crossed, they're kind of closed off to you. And you can play games too when people are listening to you. And this is just all the stuff I learned through the sales training of this. And that's why I loved it so much as far as the training goes. Body motion, what they do with their body.
Body
language. You can tell if they're in or out. If they copy you on what you're doing, like if I lean back in the chair and then you lean back in the chair, you're really listening to me. or if I scoot up and put my elbows on the table and I'm talking and they do the same thing, they're listening.
They're dialed in.
They're in. But if they just sit back with their arms crossed, legs crossed, whatever, and, putting up a barrier there, then you're not there yet, and you need to continue to warm up with them. And there's just, all kinds of stuff, man. It's a mental game, and it's really pulling at the heartstrings there. Oh, hey, how many vacations do you guys go on a year? Well,
Zero.
We don't really get out that much, maybe once every 5 years. Oh, really? Man, some of the best, memories I've got growing up is going on my summer vacation every summer, with my family. And I remember those. We look at the pictures. It's awesome. We can really,
You're a jerk, dude.
but you know what, though? You know what? Yeah, that's true to me, honestly.
No, I agree.
We used to go, and I know it's not that extravagant of a place. We went to Myrtle Beach every summer with my family, my immediate family, my grandma, grandpa, my aunts, uncles, everybody. We all stayed in the same condo complex, and we did it for a week every summer. And I remember that stuff, man. I remember it more than any other vacation I take.
Well, the thing is, I'm kind of at the place in my life where I want to do different things with my kids for summer or for Christmas, because let's face it, when my son is 37 years old, he's not going to remember that whenever he was 14, I bought him a new a new set of earbuds,
whatever,
earbuds or whatever for Christmas.
Exactly.
Or for for summer,
Mm-hmm.
He's not going to remember that, but he'd remember, dude, Dad, you remember when I was 14 and you took me to Jamaica?
Right.
Yeah.
See,
you
get it.
Well, but it's memories, and memories are priceless.
Exactly.
They're special moments in time. All right, you're not a jerk. You're just trying to help people.
And the thing is, I wasn't lying.
Sure.
I was telling the truth on my part. That's how I do. There are, believe me, there are timeshare salesmen that will lie their ass off to you all day long.
Sure.
But I didn't do that, man. The product I knew worked, and, I've got some family that does have, timeshare, and they use it all the time. And vacations I do feel are extremely important for you, first of all, you and your mental health, and for family time and spending time with your loved ones. So,
yeah,
like you said, I couldn't tell you what I got 2 years ago for Christmas. I have no clue. But I could tell you when I was 8 years old and I was in Myrtle Beach with my grandpa on the beach,
Well, you'll remember, you like you said, you won't remember that, but you know what? In 15 years from now, you'll remember that snowed-in trip to Colorado.
Yeah,
and that's sweet.
100%. 100%.
That's always there.
Yep, and that's the importance of it. So
back to being a cigar rep.
Promote.
Well, yeah, that cigar rep job. He's doing all the stuff that you said, building relationships with brick and mortar owners.
Mm-hmm.
But one of the difficult things of that is not just doing events. I don't think people realize, if you're a cigar rep for a brand, you don't just cover your state. Right. If I was a cigar rep in South Carolina, I would be traveling. I'm covering South Carolina, North Carolina, Tennessee, Georgia, maybe even Florida, maybe Alabama.
Yeah.
Maybe
Kentucky.
Yeah. These guys, and you imagine how many cigar lounges are in all those states?
A lot.
And that is a lot of time on the road, a lot of time behind a windshield in a car, a lot of time away from your family. But it's like we said earlier. If you're 23 years old and single, it's probably great.
It's a young man's game.
Yeah. And then, you have your, probably your business, your annual, or semi-annual, business meeting in the Dominican with your company and all. That's cool.
Might have to go to the PCA, whatever.
No, you have to.
All that stuff. So, it comes with its benefits. I'm sure that's awesome to be able to do all that.
Yeah.
But, I see it as a young person's game, because maybe they don't have a family yet. Maybe they're not even married yet. I think that's probably a huge deal there. But also it could be, something if you love the hustle of sales and you love that, and you're retired from whatever job you were doing, say you were a banker or say you were this or that, because I know there's some older individuals that do this, and they've probably been doing it for years, but it's just what they love. So, and I mean, you're pushing a product that you love and you're passionate about. And I think that's a pretty cool deal, but it's just not for me.
Sure.
Not at this point in my life.
Well, we'll have to just, I don't know, after this conversation, we might have to take a minute and tonight just show some appreciation to the rep from Altadas, because that's a tough job.
Yeah. Yeah, no doubt.
It's a tough job.
I'm looking forward to it, though. This is my first event like this.
Yeah, I've never been to one either.
'Cause I know Boda's had a few. Soon, Social, which is another local cigar lounge, they're having a couple things happening soon. My father, I believe, is coming next month. Or maybe that one was in May, but I think Drew Estate is also coming. So I would like to check those out as well. Just depends on if I can get away.
Yeah, man.
Tonight I can.
Tonight you can.
I have permission.
Tonight I also can. I just, I ran it. Hey, Keith's thinking about doing this. You have any issues with me sneaking out this evening? She's like, no. And you do that because you don't like, it's just mutual love and respect.
Of course.
I don't like a big macho man. My wife's going to tell me I can't, blah, blah, blah. Well, I mean, that's fine, but
my wife will absolutely tell me that I can. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah. I mean, it goes both ways.
We got a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old, she needs some help with those guys. They're wild animals right now.
Yeah. Your Camacho looks like it's burned. It's constructed well. It's just burning nice and even.
It is.
All the way down.
It is, man. It's a solid smoke. It really is. And then, like I said, it's different than anything I think I've ever had. And like you said, that might be that Cuban piece of the puzzle.
It's that chair leather tobacco in there.
Maybe that brand new chair leather.
Yeah. This one is, I mean, it's really good, honestly. There's just a slight unevenness, but not anything I would even call canoeing at all.
Yeah. And you know what, man? I being outside and with the wind and stuff like that, to me, I think that affects the burn. Maybe I'm incorrect. Maybe we need to Google this. But to me, if I'm in a windy area and I'm smoking a cigar, it burns a little worse than usual.
It'll burn a little. I mean, especially there's a slight breeze today. So if it's constant, it can definitely, especially on the wrapper, it'll pick it up on the wrapper 100%.
Yeah,
it'll burn a little bit faster for you. So
right now here in the upstate, we've got some fire issues going on with the wildfires. Is that what I'm seeing? The smoke over that way?
Yeah, probably,
because you can see it from Greenville too, and it's some pretty crazy stuff. Apparently, 4 teenagers who started it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
accidentally or on purpose?
I don't know. I didn't read the details of it, but I did see the headline that they have there's 4 teenagers that
probably some kids out there screwing around
for this,
whatever.
And they said they will be brought down to Chinatown, I guess.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, as I saw something this morning said it's still 0% contained.
Yeah, it's not contained at all. And I don't think we're getting any. We're supposed to get some rain Sunday, I believe. But we need some good rain is what we need. That'll help tremendously.
Yeah.
Man, that wildfire stuff, that's a whole other ball game there. I wouldn't want to. That's tough.
No. Here we are smoking cigars in a burn ban.
Yeah. It's under control. It's a controlled burn.
It is under control. All right, man. Well, look, I'm really enjoying this YR San Andreas. Check them out, yrcigars1991.com, a Dominican boutique brand. And then, of course, everybody knows Camacho.
Camacho.
Yeah, it's probably just Camacho.com, huh?
I think it's CamachoCigars.com.
Is it?
If I'm not mistaken.
Well, I mean, y'all can find them easily enough. If you're listening to this podcast, chances are you're a cigar smoker. Yeah. You are very familiar with cigars.
Google Camacho.
Yeah, Google Camacho. Check out, again, YR Cigars. Find them on Instagram. I think it's the same handle, just YR Cigars 1991. Keith is, what's the Instagram handle?
Instagram is Smoky Beard SC for South Carolina.
Yeah, I was looking at your account the other day, and you've probably followed just a ton of cigar people, huh?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I've noticed your followership is just kind of, and I'm like, dang, he's gonna pass me up.
Well, I'll tell you, man, what I like to do is there's a lot of these groups that I'm part of, well, at least in Facebook, not in Instagram, but in Facebook, I'm a member of all these groups, cigar connoisseurs, all these things. There's so many different ones. And then, when you're smoking a cigar and you have something to say about it, you post it on there and stuff, and then you get a lot of folks that follow you on there. So that's a good way to get a lot of followers from what I've seen in the cigar world anyway.
Yeah.
And, Instagram is just kind of happening, I guess. I don't know.
Before you know it, you'll have, I don't know. Who knows what you'll have?
No clue.
Yeah, man. So get on Instagram and follow Smoky Beard SC. Give him a follow. And but it's just Smoky Beard on Facebook.
Correct. Which I might change that to Smoky Beard SC. So
yeah, just make it matchy
so
match.
It all goes together.
I think that's probably a good idea. So give him a follow on Instagram and on Facebook. And, of course, you can catch me on on Instagram at Sunday Afternoon Smokes and also at Mobile Cigar Box. And then on X, they are just all that I do everything from one account there at Mobile Cigar Box on X. But I don't think I have anything else to say other than this is a really great Mexican San Andreas cigar.
Yeah,
I'm enjoying it.
It's just time to sit back and enjoy the rest of these and, begin our weekend.
Yeah, man. Sounds like a winner. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. Hope y'all will be hearing from Sunday Afternoon Smokes really soon. Thanks for listening on Spotify or wherever you're listening. Share it with your friends, with your family, on your socials. Share it with the world.
The world.
That's right.
Greg.
Because Sunday Afternoon Smokes is really sweet.
It is. Shut up and smoke.
Later.